Good evening, Rusk enjoyers. Hope you're doing right, 'cause it's time for the predictions video. Yes, earlier today we got a lovely batch of skins for the February Force Wipe for 2025. Yes, for the primitive game mode, a lot of primitive medieval themed skins. But in this video, we need to go ahead and try and figure out which of these skins potentially the best investment for this week, which of these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. Right, let's get started then. So, out of all of these skins, what's looking quite appealing? I just want to bring this up. I know I've said this already so many times over the past few weeks, but you have to keep this in mind. With today, the peak player count went over 200,000. Very nice to see. But I don't expect the high player counts to stick around forever. These past few months, they've been very, very enjoyable. But, you know, kids are going to be focused on school. People got to focus work. This is where we now expect the drop-off with the player count. And with less people playing the game, lower skin prices. It's inevitable. So this is unfortunately a thing that routinely happens every single year, all right? We've just had post-Christmas, lovely rise in price for pretty much everything, but it's all starting to go down again. So post-Christmas has definitely come and gone. Steam market's broken. That's not really helped out at all. But in regards to what we're expecting, basically most skins are going to start going down in price. And, well, if you still kept all that profit you made around January time, well, maybe you might want to jump in and make some moves. Just want to point that out. But usually the rock bottom prices tend to happen around March and April time. I normally refer to this as the Easter dip. I've been bringing this up a lot over the past few months, but yeah, I've warned you. I'm sure you're prepared for it, just to keep you informed of that. In short, looking at this rush store, whilst it's a lovely batch of skins, don't be surprised if they all go down in price at some point. Like, really, do not be surprised. But of course, we can still look forward to the summer as well. With the upcoming potential updates, that is the cooking update, and of course the jungle biome, well, you would expect a lot of people jumping in to play that and enjoying themselves. And, well, last year for the summer, we had a lot of people playing, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens all over again this summer. But, of course, we still have to go through the Easter dip. So, just giving you a quick heads up there. So, yes, just a bit of a warning. Still, looking at all these skins, we can still do some very smart barters, potentially still walk away with some sweet, delicious profit. But out of all of these, what's looking to be the most appealing? And I'm going to be very honest with you. Looking at everything that I see here, I think I'm probably going to sit here and say maybe the AK47. Now, the reason I bring this up is, well, number one, there are other black AK47s with red aim sights. I'm sure you've seen this already, and consider watching my rust rotation video. I do a comparison with the Commando AK47. But this brand new Black Ops collection, potentially, could be something very interesting to look out for. Yes, collection. I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and make more. LR300s, SAR, revolvers, Pythons, L96s. It's to be expected. All the other skins here are, you know, medieval theme. That ain't. But Face Punch clearly liked it so much that they accepted it today. So, what do you reckon might be happening in the near future? Valentine's, but at some point, I think we'll be seeing a full proper collection being made. And the skin creators, I'm sure they'll be doing it. With the amount of sales we're currently seeing for this skin, yeah, I think they're going to be motivated. But then again, keep in mind, Valentine's is on the way. So, I do believe this will go below its rush store price. I don't know how low it's going to go, but let me just quickly remind you of some other black AK-47s we've seen recently. Commando AK-47. This came out, dipped down in price, went back up again during post-Christmas. We can see its sales history right over to here. Right now it's starting to go down, of course, but yeah, went all the way down to about $2. Went all the way up to about $3. Now it's starting to go back down to about $2 again, as you can clearly see. Now, just to give you a quick heads up, this is $1 cheaper compared to this, and I'm sure you're well aware that they are basically the same thing. Sleek, black design, useful red aim sight. Again, consider watching my rust rotation video. Skip ahead to the chapter where we showcase the AK, and you'll see the comparison. This, very likely, will be going down potentially a little bit lower, but with the bars you see here to the right, it probably ain't going that much lower. And then, of course, in the summertime, it'll go back up in price again, potentially to a new all-time high price. That did work out quite nicely. But when we first saw this, we did stick with doing buy orders, and I sold a fair bunch. I made a bit of profit over the past couple of weeks, so yeah, I'm sure you get the idea. Now, going a little bit further back, with the Black Diamond AK-47, that sold at a premium price, $4.49. Right now, $6. People like that. People appreciate it. People appreciate a good black AK-47. Point made. That sold at a premium price. It worked out nicely. As we hop back over to here, looking at this, just to remind you, that's selling at $3. Now, a lot of AK-47s that sell for around $3 or a little bit more, usually they don't tend to work out very nicely. That's definitely something that we're fully well aware of. Yeah, I'm sure you get the idea. In fact, that happened very recently with this AK-47 right here. Deep Ruby AK, you have a very interesting looking design, but unfortunately, sold at $3.49, already down by about $1.50. It probably isn't stopping there. We'll see what happens next, but just to get the point across, do not be surprised if some awkward things happen. But going a little bit even further back, we have the Ninja AR. That came out just at the very end of 2023. But another very interesting detail about this AK-47, it's the highest selling AK-47 ever. And right now, it's only down by a little bit. This sold at $2.49, right now it's selling at $2. And of course, just over the past few weeks, yes, it did reach a nice point. There you go. It reached, well, not an all-time high price, but it was doing much better than where it was before. In short, when times are good, these AKs get bought, and people like them, and people appreciate them. So looking at this AK right here, don't be surprised if it dips down in price, but do not be surprised if it rises back up again in the future. Sounds good? So maybe you're better off with a lower price buy order and sell them around, the upcoming summer. As I said, lots of people are expected to be playing then. You'll probably be able to walk away with some decent profit. So just for you to consider, but also to really just establish a bit of a concern, it's not even a full day and that's already done over 11,000 subscribers. I kind of wouldn't be surprised that's probably doing over 30,000 subscribers by next week. So that is a lot. Probably an excessive amount. Keep an eye on it. It's abnormal. We could do the abnormal borders first, then make considerations afterwards. And if you don't know what an abnormal is, well, let's quickly hop over to here. Please consider watching my most recent Ruskin Abnormal Borders video right here. For February 6th, we looked at the Week 2 Lunar New Year Rust Door. Wasn't very interesting, but watch the first 5 minutes, then skip ahead to the chapter where we do the actual borders, and you'll see how it all works, and you'll understand that that's the smartest way to approach things, because we can get an actual good idea if there's actual genuine demand, looking at the amount of borders these skins have. And with all the abnormal skins that we saw in this video, no, none of them look like they're going to be retaining their value, and evidently, no. So yeah, for your benefit, consider watching that and it'll help you out a lot. First 5 minutes and then skip ahead to the borders and you'll basically get the general gist. Super helpful and probably the best way to potentially make some profits. Right, let's now move on and talk about the Great Siege Garage Door. I like this. It looks very nice. I am a little bit concerned, but I can see this working out quite nicely, so that's why I'm bringing it up now. I wouldn't be surprised if this does drop off, but I could see it working out ever so nicely in the future. Now, I just want to quickly mention that over the past year or so, well, actually 2 years, 3 years, yeah, we have seen a lot of garage doors. Now, it's not just the past year, it's the year before that as well. Twitch drops, Rust store skins, we can't stop. But the design of this is looking very, very, very interesting. But if I could just quickly remind you, with the previous, Lunar New Year Rust doors, we had two very cool looking garage doors right there in front of us, didn't we? They've already gone down in price. Sold at $3. That garage door right there, $2.58 on the Steam market. The Snake Lord garage door, yeah, sold at $3.49. Now it's sitting here at $3. I think this, of course, is expected to go down in price pretty harshly, unfortunately. But a smart buyer can always lead to some success. And some of the very nice looking garage doors that came out over like the past year, whilst they went down pretty badly at some point, let me remind you, probably around October time, pretty much every single one of these was down real bad. Some of these did improve ever so nicely just this past few weeks. But yeah, be cautious. There's going to be plenty more Twitch drops and plenty more skins accepted in Rust doors. And of course, garage doors from notable collections. But that's an awesome looking design. The skin creators really nailed it. Get a good look at that. Probably the best skin for this collection. Well, this Rust door today. I guess I'll sit there and say it's my favourite out of the Rust door this week. So, alright, fair enough. Cool looking design. It glows in the dark perfectly nicely. Consider watching my Rust rotation video. It's just, I still see it dropping off quite badly, but I could see it having a pretty interesting future ahead of it. Plus, with every big update that we could potentially see, will the skin creators be making something for that? Case in point, cooking update. Case in point, jungle biome. We got all the horses there with all the knights. Imagine if you could have like a bunch of people running away from crocodiles and tigers and snakes for the jungle biome. That would be funny. So keep an eye out. I think there's some pretty cool things ahead. And keep an eye on these skin creators because I'm sure they'll be producing some very cool looking skins in the future. Point made? Alright, cool. So yeah, I can see it working out nicely. But it's definitely going to go down in price. There will be more garage doors. And, just to get the point across very quickly, we've, 5 weeks so far this year? 5 skins already. Last year in total, we got 34 garage doors. I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially beat that this year. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. So, you've been warned. And all those other garage doors that came out this year, already down in price. Smart barter is going to be the way we're going to go about it. Okay. So, looking at the remaining skins, what's also potentially looking to be quite appealing. Now, as a very 50-50 type of situation, all right, I'm going to look at the Friar Headwrap and the shirt. Now, I purely say this in the idea of I think we can expect a collection continuation. Not sure when that's going to happen. Of course, we have Valentine's in the way at the moment, next week and potentially a week after. We don't know if we're going to get 1 week or 2 weeks. But this is really goofy and really funny. Have you seen the head wrap? Now, you probably aren't fully well aware, but with like head wraps in general, you don't normally see the head. So you can't see the hair. And what a head wrap will do is it'll flatten your hair. Now, if your character is balding or bald, perfect. You can quite literally see an egghead. Wonderful. Now, I think a lot of people are going to appreciate that. And also, with the shirt, don't you want to be a priest? I think a lot of role players are going to greatly enjoy that. Now, in general, with the burlap shirts, they tend to do quite nicely. I'm sure it'll probably do better with a pair of pants, but I'm under the impression that I think the skin creator probably will be considering making a continuation. Pants, skirt. I suggested skirt, and I suggested some sandals as burlap shoes, so we'll see what happens next, but we've got to wait a while, all right? Selling nicely, people are appreciating it. I can see it working out, but we need to see those sequels. We need to see the continuations. For a role player skin, I think people are going to like it. I think they're going to enjoy it. Right. So the head wrap, just to quickly bring this up as well. Head wraps don't exactly always work out super great. As you can see, it's a bit of a mix, a bit all over the place. But yeah, point made. Don't just assume, hey, haha, funny gimmick, it's going to be all right. Look at that bike helmet. Ugh. But then again, people probably don't like cyclists. So yeah, we'll see. And following that tune, I'm going to now sit here and talk about the tier 3. Now, here's a problem. The skin creators for the tier 3 armor, they're not super active at the moment. Vitalik, the one, both of them haven't been making that many skins. You might see that furnace right there. You can see that was accepted quite some time back. Well, here's the thing. That was submitted for not last year's Halloween, but the one before that. Oh. And that, see that backpack submitted for Christmas. I haven't seen any other skins over the past few weeks. Now, maybe with the, the skin being accepted today, they're like, oh, wow. Oh, wasn't expecting that. And nobody was, because that was on the workshop for over 2 years. Facepunch dug deep to pick out some skins that match the theme they wanted today. So, all right, fair enough. Will we immediately see Blacksmith's hoodie and pants in tier 2? I don't know. If we don't see it, you just got a bit of an odd looking, it's a nice welded design, I'll sit here and say that, but you got a metallic set, and we have a lot of those. And if it doesn't get those continuations, metallic cloven armor pieces just tend to drop down in price very quickly. So they might be sitting at $2 right now. Whew, do not be surprised if it drops off pretty harshly. Also, to really establish this point, if we could go back a bit, here, Shogun Tier 3, that looked cool. That looked very interesting. No continuations yet. Half in price. So just going to get the point across. Over the course of the next week or so, we have Valentine's, and that probably will immediately go down. It's very unfortunate, but this is people's behaviour. You have to be prepared for how other people behave, and for a lot of people, if they don't get that instant gratification, if they don't get that instant continuation, thrown on the Steam market, price go down. Sorry to say. But a continuation, regardless, if we see the new core pieces, you would just instantly expect a spike in price. So, yeah, all right. We've got to wait a bit, and the amount of time we've got to wait, I'm not feeling super confident with that. Barbarian Jacket is another one. So again, clothing armor pieces. If you see more clothing armor pieces, who would have guessed there'd be a lot more demand. Now, for what this is, awesome looking design. Mr. Multi Boris and Mr. Damdin, very cool looking. Are we going to get like some burlap clothing or some hide clothing or just some hoodie and pants? Like, what would you like to see? Go to the workshop page, comment, say something now. But yeah, it looks nice. And I think with this whole medieval like theme and whatnot, I'd expect to see some more barbarian skins. I don't think we've had any other barbarian skins before, so they've got like that all to themselves. But in the same roster, they had 2 skins accepted today, so I'm not sure what they're going to do. But they're juggling collections is what I'm trying to get across. Now, jackets in general, we kind of get quite a lot of them now, including as Twitch drops. So last year, we got so many more compared to previous years, as you can see. Now, as of now, only 2 of them are currently in the positive. During post-Christmas, that was doing a little bit better. Black Gold Jacket got close, but it never went back to its restore price. With so many more jackets, it's getting a bit concerning. They're becoming less special, is what I'm trying to get across. And so far this year, we've already got 2, right? Compare this with what we've seen in previous years. Yeah, and it's only just been a month. So just want to get that point across. Yes, it's got some transparency, but they had transparency, that had transparency, that had transparency. It's given away for free, and that was given away for free, and that was given away for free. Point made. All right. So more clothing armor pieces, the better. But at $2.49, I don't know what's happening next, and we'll have to wait and see. All right. So you're probably better off with just sticking with a Wilder. That right there, that's abnormal. Point made. Okay. Good, good, good. Right, next I'll probably talk about the night sleeping bag, purely based on the idea that I think this might work out quite nicely, because I don't think it'll sell that much, especially considering, well, the design of this. It's black. It doesn't glow. Okay, that's useful. I can put it outside, and it's a pretty cool looking design. But did we see something very similar, like literally just like a couple of weeks back? Yeah, the black diamond sleeping bag. Literally the exact same thing. Oh wow, with the arrival of this today, this went down in price. Oh dear. I made a comparison in the Rust rotation video. Feel free to go give that a good look. But yeah, they're quite literally the same thing. And that right there costs a fair bit cheaper compared to this. Oh, now you understand why that's starting to go a bit cheaper. But this is part of an established collection with clothing and armour and weapons, so maybe that will work out better in the future. But this did like 20,000 subscribers. This right now has done 6,000. Maybe it slows down now. Maybe it only does about, I don't know, maybe about 12,000 subscribers. Very rough, silly guess. Not 100% something I'd consider right now, but do you see what I'm trying to get across? If this sells considerably less compared to this, all right, maybe that might work out well. But with the amount of skins in this collection, I think it will probably likely hold up better compared to that. Maybe we get night deployables. We'll have to wait and see. It's up to the skin creator. But as of now, not 100% convinced, not 100% sure. Sleeping bags, they're alright. It's just, take a look at the more recent ones. Yeah, quite a lot of them in the negative. But prices are starting to go down now, so we'll have to wait and see what happens next. Alright, so point made. There's already something very similar to it. Now I'm going to look at these remaining skins, and I'm just going to leave it at this. With the primitive weapons, I'm still not 100% sure how things are going to go. When it comes to the the primitive update, the actual game mode, is it going to be a success? Are people going to be thrilled and engaged, and are they going to be super eager to constantly keep playing in the primitive game mode? We don't know yet. It's only been day one, but I've heard some mixed thoughts. Feel free to comment below what you think about the primitive game mode. I can see there being some tweaks made and some changes. I don't think people are super engaged with the idea of killing with crossbows and bows. Like, I had fun. I managed to kill someone today with a salvaged sword. I got a crossbow for a quick second, it was instantly gone. I'm not good, you can tell. Anyway, crossbows, bows, salvaged swords. I have made a video, or rather a recording, which will come out this Saturday, where I talk about, the higher priced primitive weapon skins, and I want to see how things progress after about a month or so. So I'll come back to it maybe in about 4-6 weeks' time, and see how everything turned out. Like, things might be pretty fun this first weekend for February. Is it going to last throughout the rest of the month? Is it going to last throughout the rest of the year? I am a bit concerned. But if the primitive game mode does work out very nicely, these skins very likely might work out very nicely. Because people are using crossbows more, they're using bows more, they're using salvaged swords more. Justification to own, potentially, more skins. Now here's the thing. I've noticed some buyouts. I'm sure you've seen this yourself. So yeah, a lot of salvaged sword skins recently have been bought out, and it might appear to be that prices are improving, but I have to point this out. It's just been bought out. It doesn't necessarily mean the prices are matching up. So as you can see here, here's the listings, here's the barders. It's not exactly close to each other. That doesn't come across as actual genuine price. But if we start seeing barders rising up, yes, then it would lean into the idea of, oh, hang on a minute, yeah, it does appear to be a case of people actually wanting to buy salvaged sword skins now. Again, justification. If they're using a lot more, then yeah, it would make sense. But that's just buyouts. So if you're thinking, oh wow, Hedge, there's going to be so much profits with salvaged sword skins now, hold on a second, just wait it out a little bit longer. Alright, so yeah, that's nice to see as of now. That could be a lot of various different people buying the skins. But just those three in particular, I'm thinking it's more of a buyout. So yeah. So yeah, these three, I'm just going to just sit here and say, by default, if we didn't have the primitive game mode, I'd have just done 60 cents to 80 cents for all of them. But we've got to wait and see a little bit more. Now, at the very least, the crossbow would probably do a fair bit better. I believe the cheapest crossbow is like $1.10. Actually, it's probably a little bit higher than that, if I could just show you here real quickly. And yeah, it's $1.30. So yeah, crossbows do tend to work out a fair bit better compared to other like primitive weapons. But yeah, point made. So, okay, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that at least would be probably doing better compared to these two. And by default, if it was just normal, I'd put 60 cents to 80 cents for these two skins. So yeah, all right, cool. So overall, a much more interesting batch of skins compared to the previous week. We really weren't in the mood for a second week of Lunar New Year, were we? No. Right, I should probably sit here and explain what to expect next. So, of course, Valentine's. I've been alluding to it throughout all this video, but I've really got to get this point across. I don't know if we're getting 2 weeks of Valentine's. Now, if I could just quickly remind you, last year we very randomly saw 3 weeks of Halloween rustors, we randomly saw 3 weeks of Christmas rustors, and with Lunar New Year, we're surprised to see 2 weeks of Lunar New Year skins. Okay, fair enough, but let's just really get this point across. With the Lunar New Year skin submissions, there's over 170. With the Valentine skin submissions, we have 220. I don't know what's compelling Face Punch to consider, having more holiday rustors. Maybe it's the amount of skins being submitted. Maybe they just think it's easier to just make extra rustors out of them. Don't know. But you can clearly see there's even more compared to Lunar New Year. So, what do you reckon? Do you reckon we'll get 2 weeks of Valentine's? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? So, yeah. Have you considered looking this collection as well? So, I'll have this linked in the description. You can see for yourself. There's so much pink stuff. If you really don't want pink stuff, maybe you just want to wait it out. Save some money. You don't have to spend your money. So, all right, yeah, cool. Plenty of very interesting styles, plenty of very interesting potential items that could get skins, but the only way you're going to be aware of it is considering looking at the collection. Now, you could look at my collection as well. I mainly focus people that frequently make it into rustors, so of course, I'm looking at it with the financial perspective. I'm wanting to see who actually has a genuine good chance. And if you want to get a sneak peek at all of those, please consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks video. All the collections are, all the collection continuations are chaptered, all there on display, and yeah, it's up to you. Cool. Right then, so that is basically it. From here and now, you should keep an eye on the commits. Why? Because basically, we've just had the big fat update. What's going to be the next big fat update? Keep an eye on the commits. Now, of course, there's rumblings about the cooking update, lots of mentions of things they intend to add. So, of course, there is the ability to make bread, pie, collecting bees, having beehives, collecting honey. Well, lots of interesting things are being mentioned. Consider keeping an eye on the commits, and also tigers, the jungle biome. Tigers, if you read what they're currently working on, they're making it so they hunt you. When you are chopping trees, when you are obviously mining, you're going to make sound. The tigers will pick it up. The tigers will prowl. They will stalk you, and when the time is right, they attack you. Yes, there's going to be a lot of very upset people when the jungle biome comes out. Oh, it's going to be lovely. Yes, so keep an eye on this. Lots of very interesting things are being worked on. But of course, what is going to be the next big update? We don't know. Keep an eye on the Rust commits. It's linked in the description as well. So, yep, you're more than welcome to do that. And of course, I should now hop over to here and point out that the Twitch drops are out. 4 generic skins, 8 streamer skins, and if you want to get a good look at all of them, consider going to my YouTube and consider watching my skin showcase of all the Twitch drops. Every single skin is chaptered. You can easily skip ahead to the one that you care about, and yeah, that's basically it. So thank you very much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck with you and your investments, and well, don't be surprised if the prices do go down, but of course, if you've made a lot of profit during the past 4 weeks or so, just wait it out. March, April time, make a move, and then we'll see how those skins progress as we reach the summertime. Thank you very much for watching me once again. Catch you later. Soon, goodbye.